Live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Well, I want to punch Bob Huggins, the, I think, former head basketball coach of West Virginia. That's my punch today. It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday. It is Taylor. It is show number 96 under my watch. It is the 12th of July as we roll live from DJLG Studios in South and San Antonio, Texas. On the 12th of July, in that never-ending strange time we all live in, 2K23. It is episode 96. Thank you, boys, that have already become members, that have already subscribed to this thing. Continue to view it and watch it and listen to it, and I appreciate that very much. It is indeed Taylor. So Bob Huggins last year got a DWI, right, and something like that, and he was like, "Well, hang on, let me back up." He said
DWI
fag on the radio.
That's correct.
And I'm quoting that. I don't use that word, but that's what he said on the radio. That dumbass goes on some radio station in Cincinnati, and they're cutting up, and these idiots forget that they're on radio, and Bob's talking about all the Fs. At what?
Specifically the Catholic
was it?
Fs.
The Catholic Fs.
At Xavier, because they were talking about the classic Cincinnati-Xavier rivalry.
Which Bob Huggins used to be a part of when he was the head coach at Cincinnati. And then now he's been at West Virginia for a while, his alma mater, which he's a good coach and all, but he's always been overrated. And because he went to West Virginia, they basically let him take over the athletic department because he's Bob Huggins, and they've got this... There's this weird thing.
Kenyon Martin made him.
Let's just call it what it is. It's a baby boomer issue where you've got, especially in college basketball, you've always had this weird ass scene where the head basketball coaches at elite programs somehow were given Pope status. Were given Supreme Court justice status. When they're just really another slapdick coach who's pretty good and all, and that's great that the program's doing well, but I think a lot of that's gone away. The days of the power basketball coach in college basketball, I think, are waning.
Yeah, I think Jim
Boeheim is the biggest fucking asshole on the planet because they enabled him for 40 years.
The last guy on that wall was probably Jim Boeheim.
Yeah, what a bastard. So Bob Huggins goes on and says... Ag with an F on radio, the very derogatory, highly offensive term. And
didn't he make weren't there trans jokes in there too? Because they were talking about throwing dildo. It was dildo night because it was
dildo fun.
Inclusion night or something.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
And Bob Huggins got suspended for that. But then he didn't go, 2 months after that? Because this was earlier this year when he dropped the F word on radio. And then, within 60 days, after this huge apology, and I've got to go do some self-research and realize that I can't be using that term even if I'm just kidding and joking, and I'm no way homophobic. I just got to learn to take that word out of my vernacular and all this kind of thing. Okay, that's fine, and I'm not looking to cancel the dude's life and erase everything he's ever done. I'm calling him overrated for sure, but... He can't go 60 more days, and the son of a bitch gets a DWI for being twice the legal limit in the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, and it was the kind of DWI you get when you're a sophomore in college. He literally had a trash can cooler in his front seat with him. Have you ever made a trash bag cooler?
No.
That was what we'd take a couple cases of Budweiser or whatever beer we had, we're drinking, have a giant, big gallon trash bags, just fill them up with a couple bags of ice, then throw all the beer in, and then just put it in the trunk of the car or in the back seat.
That's dumb when you're 20.
Exactly.
He's 70.
Exactly. He literally made a Tarleton State cooler and got busted. I think he was trying to change a tire or something.
He's doing a bit because he's got millions of dollars. He can go get the finest quality booze there is. But let's do a trash can scene.
I love it. I mean, I don't love it because it's drunken driving.
And so then he announces he basically announced his resignation the next day.
Or did he?
Well, that's why I'm punching him. Clearly, he's changed his mind about resigning as coach. Doesn't want to. Now all of a sudden he's filing a lawsuit against the university. I love these people, these entitled assholes in this world we share, where you're the dumbass, you're the one that fucks up, you make mistakes all the time, and they finally get rid of you, and then you want to sue them. Huh. you are the common denominator in your problems. So he's going to file a lawsuit against the University of West Virginia because they've already replaced him. He wants to go back. He just wants money,
right? So he
knows he'll never coach there. He wants money.
He's realizing his resignation letter is going to prevent him from getting a payout. Mm-hmm. So now he's saying, whoa, no. Even though I sent that and I said I resigned, that was not a legal document that actually determines whether I resigned or not.
This again, and I go back to what I said. This history of college basketball coaches. I think it's starting to stop. I think we're filtering that shit out finally.
Who's the last? I mean, if Boeheim wasn't the last one.
Head coaches, they've all been off, and and they've got, especially it came to a real big head in the 90s and early 2000s. Just
the Jim Calhoun
cheating their balls off, no morals.
Oh, Pitino's
Rick
back.
Patino's
at
he's
St.
like
John's.
What is he, 80?
Yeah, but
he's settled down. But again, why does he have a job?
He's still got
Just
the
St.
stripper's
John's
number.
wants to get a few people that live in New York that never watch St. John's basketball to actually go for a little bit because of it's all about celebrity. We have made these college basketball coaches over the years way more than they are as people because we have a hard-on for celebrities, and the college basketball coaches are the faces of the program. That's it.
Especially in the Northeast.
Sure. Rick Pitino, John Calipari, these scumbag coaches that will basically a bunch of Ted Cruz's running around coaching college programs. Bunch of snake bastards.
Hey, it looked like a bunch of Chuck Schumer's to me.
Just it's pretty Ted Cruzian. Just the smarminess where, go ahead and call my wife fat and accuse my father of assassination. As long as we win a couple of NCAA tournament games and I get to keep my deal with Nike, we're kicking ass.
I don't care, yeah.
Sure, it was ridiculous. And maybe now that players are getting a little bit of that money, coaches will have a little more respect for their selves. Anyway,
I don't know.
Huggins. He's a bastard. That actually, college basketball is not nearly as popular as it once was there for a while. It's going the ways of NASCAR is where it's going. And if it weren't for gambling, I wouldn't watch it. The basketball's terrible.
But it's always got like NASCAR, it's always got Daytona.
That's fine.
NCAA's always got the tournament.
I'm going to watch it.
It's always going to be.
It's not like I don't have the hard-on for the tournament like I used to when I was.
Well,
I just don't like it as
You're
much.
not watching Big Monday in January.
No. God, no. I'm not watching Texas play Kansas on Big Saturday unless I just have nothing else to do.
Unless literally
nothing
you're
else.
Kidnapped and there's only one channel on the TV in the room you're being held in.
I saw this quote the other day, and I somehow, I guess it flashed across my timeline again today. Victor Wembanyama was asked in Vegas the other day, what are the biggest differences between the European League where you were playing and here? And it was very funny and ironic that the first thing he says was Summer League was nowhere near as physical as the French League.
Sure.
See, most Americans would say, he's going to get beaten up when he comes over here.
No, he's
not.
The difference, though,
not nearly as physical. No, they're way more athletic in the NBA.
Right.
But not physical.
No, I mean, what he was playing against growing up were, 30-year-old grown men. Like, you're not seeing that in Summer League because most 80-90% of those players are young guys that are just trying to make a G League spot or a two-way contract, much less an actual NBA full roster. I mean, once he gets into the league, there's going to be more physicality in the regular season than there is in Summer League, and it will be more physical than the French League once he gets into full swing of the regular season.
We were talking about what the world's going to look like in 2075 and 2100.
When Bob Huggins replaces, what's his name as the senator of West Virginia, Manchin?
In 2075?
Oh, I guess that's a little far off.
President Tommy Tuberville?
Yeah, exactly.
There's
my drops.
I'll bet you that in 50 years, the NBA will just be one of 3 or 4 major basketball leagues in the world. And the NBA won't be the crème de la crème. I don't know that we won't have as many leagues as soccer does. I bet you we do.
Think about baseball, though. Like, baseball's been around in the U.S. for, 250
Nobody
years?
likes baseball outside of the country or the Caribbean.
Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I was about to say Mexican leagues, South Caribbean leagues. The biggest sport in Korea is baseball. The Japan league. There's massive other leagues. Like
Yeah, but I don't
there
think it's just
MLB players
beloved.
that go to Japan for a year or two and then come back to.
Well, yeah, some guys make more money over there.
Right,
So I
that's
mean,
why-
okay, I walk that
But
back. There
no,
may be
no, I
another.
say
Hang on,
that-
there may be a baseball league that competes with MLB, but I think the NBA's going to be equally tied with at least two other leagues in the world at some point.
I think it'll be
Basketball
more
is
like
huge.
baseball, where there's MLB, there's always going to be NBA, there's always going to be MLB, but then there's leagues like the Japanese league or the Korean league that are slowly nipping, but are never going to get on a level.
I think
plateau.
basketball might. I think we may see a time where, like Victor Wembanyama's grandson, or maybe even his son, may decide, I'm going to go and stay over here, even though he's awesome. And it depends on how much money guys are going to be able to make. If you can make the same money playing in the Spanish league as you can in the NBA, and you're from Spain,
Yeah, I mean,
why don't you just stay in Spain?
Would you rather live in Madrid or Milwaukee?
Well, that's a no-brainer if you're a Spaniard, for sure.
Or if you're a 18-year-old millionaire that wants to live his best life.
I guess, sure. I don't know about that. It's about the money. I mean, I would live in Timbuktu if I'm making twice the money as I can make in Madrid. The basketball leagues across the world are going to catch up with money. Anyway, basketball is just really changing. I mean, we're talking about like the five straight MVPs now in the NBA have been foreign-born players. Wembanyama's about to become the face of the NBA, probably. And if he's not now, then it's Jokic or Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There it is.
Anyway,
There it
it's
is.
been a minute.
I feel like sometimes you get stuck in a loop there and it just
Gets
goes
stuck,
on.
Yeah. So punch Bob Huggins. He's bad for college basketball. He'll never coach another game at West Virginia. He's just trying to milk money how much ever he can while he disappears into oblivion. So fuck Bob Huggins.
Get the fuck out of here, man. It's my night.
All right, who you punching, Poomer?
Oh, it's been a while, but it is time yet again to punch my favorite of all the punching bags that come up on this day routinely. Punch Rob Manfred. Did you watch any of the All-Star game last night? It was actually entertaining. Yeah, okay, fair.
No.
I had
You know the number one reason I didn't watch? I'm not watching those uniforms.
exactly.
Awful. Is that why you're punching
Rob
Radford?
Manfred because
What is that shit?
but it's money. It's
not
another
buying it.
jersey you can buy. It's another jersey they want to pimp. We were talking about this yesterday, talking about Summer League. Like the reason they use those jerseys is to try to get you to get your hands on Wemby's first NBA jersey ever, and it's the Summer League jersey. You know, like all it is merchandising to try to get a little bit more of your money. But those yesterday, they didn't even look like spring training uniforms. I mean, they looked like batting practice jerseys. Like they were so generic and bad.
Awful.
And
That's a Manfred bit.
well, I
guess
mean,
he
it's,
signed off on
yeah,
it.
he's the commissioner. It all falls under his umbrella.
You always bash on him.
Well-
I think he's better than Bud Selig was.
Whoa, really?
Bud Selig, who made the All-Star game count.
Okay, now
to
that's absurd.
Because of an
Yeah.
overreaction.
That's absurd. Okay,
Because we had a tie one year, and
So-
oh my God, we're American, we don't have ties.
do you know off the top of your head? Do you know how they settle ties in the All-Star game now? Because we almost had it last night. NL ended up winning 3-2, first win since 2012.
Penetrations across the 20-yard line.
No, it's not end zone orgies, as RG3 would say. They literally do, if it's tied after 9,
yeah.
each team picks 3 players, and they have a 3-out home run derby. So each player gets 3 outs, gets 3 pitches thrown to them, and that's how the game is decided
I didn't
now.
know that. And all that's doing is making me stay later.
But that I mean,
Just end in a tie. It's fine.
you don't. This is America. We're not
You're a
ending in
soccer
time.
fan.
I am, but this is the All-Star game. It's already an exhibition.
Exactly.
It's already an exhibition. Have a little fun with it. And it reminds me of the old 1940s, 50s barnstorming tours where where it would be come watch so and so take on so and so. Killebrew versus whoever in a home run derby face-off. And they even had the old, home run derby TV show.
Right.
Where, like, I kind of like the fact, because it does feel like it's a spiritual revisiting of the old way they would do the home run derbies, where it was literally, it wasn't one round or 3 rounds. It was by inning. You got 3 outs an inning, and the guys would go back and forth with each other. I always thought that was a better home run derby to begin with, and that's how they were potentially going to settle the game last night if the NL hadn't taken the lead and late.
Take it back. I saw one play.
Okay, which one?
The leadoff batter.
Oh, so you saw Adolis's catch.
Correct. And that was it. I turned it off. And I didn't even know that was a Ranger until he turned around and I saw the T because of that stupid-ass uniform. I'm so happy that you're with me on that.
Well, I get it.
Just wear your fucking uniform and represent your organization.
It's weird. It doesn't bother me.
They want to sell stuff.
But it doesn't bother me in the NBA as much because we know all those players. Well, do we? Yeah, exactly. I mean, theoretically, we're more familiar with those players and what teams they play for than we are baseball guys. Like, I think like you just said, like you had no idea that guy was a Ranger. You had no idea that was Adolis or even Adolis. Like you didn't know he was a Rangers.
Garcia?
Correct. Yeah.
From Cuba.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Via Japan and Mexico. The great, I'm going to stay in my hotel room and lock the door and y'all can't come get me. That's how he, defected from Cuba.
Love it.
Yeah. He just locked himself in his hotel room in Japan. But I don't mind it as much in the NBA.
Nothing.
But baseball, I really wish they would go back to using the actual team jerseys and hats and just go home and away.
Correct. But just represent your
club. Yeah.
They make enough money, Jesus. The gong. Is that just a Japanese thing? I really don't know. I don't want to be
gongs are.
I'm
pretty sure
do they gong in China?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I was going to say, I'm not even sure that's a Japanese thing you're doing.
I'm just grouping all the Asians together there with the gong. So the gong works for most of Asia.
He can do that.
Yeah.
His mother's Asian. All right, people I want to punch. Who are you punching today?
I would like to punch the mod of our NBA Spurs on Reddit.
Oh, okay. I'm glad someone else saw this.
All right,
drama.
this little Gen Xer is going to sit here and let you explain what the fuck you just said.
So you know what Reddit is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So
I never read Reddit. I've never read it.
Oh, there it is. You had to workshop it a second, but we got there.
Yeah, I did. 1018.
I've been reposting your Inside the Spurs articles on Reddit.
Thank you, dude. Oh, okay, cool. I'm all over Reddit.
Well,
shit.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, they bagging on me?
Yeah, well, somebody flagged it for self-promotion, and apparently that's against rule number whatever.
Oh, Reddit flagged it.
Somebody flagged it. The mod flagged it. Reddit, Reddit doesn't do it. It's the mods.
It's the mods of it.
Okay.
And so they deleted every single article off of Reddit. And
Really?
we were getting a lot of interaction on there,
Yeah,
too.
there's some good engagement. Yeah.
What a bunch of bastards.
So, yeah, that's who I'm punching.
That's not free
I don't know who
society.
that is. I don't have a name.
That is not capitalism. That is not a free society.
Well, it's
That's
intended.
horseshit.
Okay, in defense of Reddit and the mods, and the reason they don't allow self promotion on there is because they don't want it to turn. Yeah, moderators.
Okay.
They don't want it to turn into basically a classified ad or everybody just spamming the shit out of the subreddit with
but I don't make any money off these articles. I'm not writing these articles.
Yeah, they think
they just happen to notice it's all Mike Taylor articles for the past 2 weeks.
But they think we're like some kind of massive operation.
I appreciate the promotion.
Yeah.
What little
until
we
they
got.
caught us.
That's unfortunate.
So you ready? The history of gongs.
Yeah.
Final guesses? You want to take a guess on country of origin?
I'm going to go ahead and go with Japan. Why not?
Okay.
Japan for 20.
Yeah, I'll go with.
I'm not confident in that.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go with like Mongolia or something.
Okay, that was originally my guess, but we're all wrong. Earliest possible depictions go all the way back to 2nd century BC. The Dong Song culture of northern Vietnam.
Dong Song? Dong Song culture of Northern Vietnam.
Northern Vietnam.
That's a rap.
That
Dong
is-
Song Vietnam.
That's it. It's got a nice cadence to it.
Yeah.
That was the first depiction that we've ever found in human history of a gong. But the name gong comes from the Indonesian island of Java.
No one told me.
There you go. There's your history lesson for the
I'll
day.
be
The
damned.
history of gongs.
I'll be
Well, I'll
down.
be
So now
damned.
we can use that with no racial shame whatsoever because we understand the history of it.
Sure.
We're not adopting culture or hijacking it.
People I Want to Punch brought to you by R&R Auto Glass up in San Antonio, Texas, by the airport at 281 in Tacoma. If you boys suffer a busted glass, you can trust in these people. They are absolutely independently owned, Puro San Antonians. Not that I'm afraid to go into a national business, but why would you do that when you can put local money, local dollars into a local business in our town? And especially when they're the best at what they do anyway. So it's a win-win, and it is R&R Auto Glass if you have glass busted issues in your vehicle. And don't forget to mention me, Home Squeezers. They take all insurances. All right? All righty then. All right, very good. What else today? August the 5th. I want to promote a couple of things that we've got coming up here. On August the 5th, I'm going to be at the Ringer Pub, Thousand Oaks and Jones. Thousand Oaks and Jones Maltzberger. The Ringer, and we've done
Did
this
you guys
show
play at the
before
same
out
time
there.
again?
Yeah, I think we all
I did not play that. I didn't do that.
I think maybe you double tapped.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
He double tapped.
Okay, we double tapped.
Those giant fingers.
Yeah, we're getting it.
We're gonna get used to having this, and then we're gonna stop referencing it because it's not cool.
Well, that's correct. We need
Okay.
to all have different ones so that doesn't happen.
I suggested that yesterday after in the post-show meeting. See how long it takes. I'll be at the Ringer. That's a Saturday, by the way, the 5th of August. Thousand Oaks and Jones Maltzberger. I'll be there from 4 to 6. We're having a very important raffle that day. There's an organization. It is Guardian Community. It's a national organization, but we're going to help the local chapter down here in South Texas. They raise funds for first responders, veterans. And so if you're a firefighter or you're a cop or you're a veteran, you're an enlistee, you're a veteran, love to hear from you. Come out there and drink a beer with us at the Ringer Pub. We're going to have a raffle that day. $10, man. That's all it is. Come up and have a beer and buy a raffle ticket. We got a bunch of stuff we're working on to give away a bunch of cool prizes and money to Thunderdomers. Or if you want to not be cheap, just get 3 raffle tickets. Those are only $25. You save money that way. It's a good way to promote a business, too. So reach out to me if you want to enter something into the raffle. You want to donate $50? You want to donate a lesson or something or whatever it is you have in your place of business, hit me up, and we'll stick it in our raffle. I'll pull as many tickets as we have prizes on that day coming up on Saturday, 5th of August. 2 to 6 is when they'll be doing it. The raffle will begin at 4, so I will be out there at 4 o'clock pulling names out of a hopper. All right. It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday. It is Taylor. It is Poomer. It is DJLG. Muchas gracias to everybody so far that has become a member of this show. You can become a YouTube member for $6 a month, and we love you hard for doing that. Subscribe for absolutely free. Listen to us on Spotify. You can give us a tip on the Super Chat. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/Mike Taylor Live. So whether you watch this thing on YouTube or Spotify or listen to it, I love you hard. All right. Hey, Puma.
Oh, God. Hey, Mike.
You hear these 2 dudes broke into Walgreens, stole a bunch of Viagra last night?
No, Mike, I didn't hear about the 2 dudes that broke into Walgreens and stole a bunch of Viagra last night.
Cops are looking for 2 hardened
Oh,
criminals.
God. Okay. Yeah. You get it? Hardened? Did you miss that?
I think I got it. What in the hell?
It's a cock.
Stick your cock
Oh, God. See, look, I'm trying to,
I need to get us out of the
rise
ditch.
above.
All right, I'm going to get us
something
out of the
that
ditch.
order.
I want to give a shout out to the Mike Taylor
Good.
Show's own
God.
Austin Andrade. Austin Andrade, the big giant Mexican badass we had on this show the other night. headed to Portugal last night. I wonder how you get to. What did he say? He told us this route. You can't just go to Portugal from San Antonio.
Yeah, I've done the
International.
route. You go to Atlanta and then you go to Madrid and then to Portugal.
Okay, right on. Shout out to Austin. He's going to go up there and represent San Antonio as he tries to become the world's strongest Latino man. Yes, they have a world's strongest Latino tournament every year in some random Latin country, and this year it is Portugal. If you speak Portuguese, does that count as Latino? I guess it does. You're supposed to speak Spanish.
Well, I mean,
How come the Portuguese get a pass into our world, my culture, my mother's culture?
well,
Speak Spanish, damn it. Seriously.
I mean,
why do they get lumped in with Latinos when
Okay,
they don't
hold
even
on.
speak Spanish?
this is going to be a really dumb question, but we're in the trust tree, right? Like this is
Brown skin don't count.
No, good God. Like Latino, does that cover like Brazilians?
Are Italians
Or-
Latin? They're-
South America. I
South
mean,
America, that's
yeah.
Latin.
I don't know. Portugal's in Europe, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, see,
But
I
the
don't want to count the
Portuguese
Brazilians either.
influence of
Neymar's not
South
Latino.
America, right?
He's Portuguese.
So what about Ginobili?
Manu?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Argentinian, is that?
Well,
like,
then, no. The national language of the national language of Argentina is Spanish. He just happens to speak Italian because he's smart and he played in the Italian league and he has Italian
so
relatives.
Colombians aren't Latino.
Yes, they are.
That's what I'm saying.
They
But the
speak
national-
Spanish.
They speak Colombian.
There is no such thing as Colombian. What is this? Some sort
there
of?
not?
This is
Spanish.
some.
I thought they
What are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
I thought Colombia had its own language.
No, unless there's some indigenous mountain Indian
Yeah, that's
way the
what-
hell
that's
up in
what
the
I was-
top of
that's
the
what I
Andes.
was
Well, they
meaning,
have they have rogue languages in Mexico too, but Spanish. If you don't speak, if the national language of your country is not Spanish, are you really Latino? Now that being said, though,
it's Colombian Spanish. It is different.
it's kind of like West Side Spanish.
I mean,
in
there's
San Antonio.
Mexican
It's still
Spanish and there's Spanish Spanish.
I'm going to hold on
There's
to that. It's
Catalan
Colombian.
Spanish.
It's Colombian.
Yeah. No, it's Spanish. So, what about the Italians? Because Spanish is a derivative of Latin. Didn't Latin originally get
But
spoken in
aren't you
Italy?
talking about
The Romans.
Hispanic? Like Hispanic is speaking Spanish. Is that not what?
I don't know. I'm
I think
asking you.
it's the difference.
I don't know why,
How
but
would I know the difference
Because
between
you're the guy in
Latino
the
and
room, and I
Hispanic.
don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, Hispanic is primarily from a. You have family. Your ties are primarily to a country that speaks Spanish.
Okay.
So now I'm working on
Well,
Latino.
why the hell is Portugal getting to host the world's strongest Latino
Well,
man?
because
contest?
again, I think
They're
that
not
is-
Latinos.
I think that's
Obviously they
because
are.
it's
They
Latin.
shouldn't be.
It's Latin versus Spanish.
So Giuseppe Gadu from Rome can go up there and participate in this too?
There might be a chance that is the case.
Huh. So Rocky Balboa is Latin. He's Latino? I don't think of Latino
Okay.
as an Italian.
Okay, here we go. We're getting to the bottom of this because I'm glad I'm not the only idiot when it comes to this. I
don't know.
I thought I understood Hispanic, but Latino threw me off. The Brazil question is the biggest yes or no of what we've. Latino are geographic terms which refer to a person from Latin America or of Latin American descent.
Okay,
So
that's not Portugal.
It is though.
Just
It
because they're on the
includes-
Iberian Peninsula?
Basically, yeah. It excludes Spain, but includes Brazil. So it's very well. Latino didn't emerge to the 1990s.
I like how he's just
as a
reading
phrase.
or waiting.
Well,
on
yeah. Sorry,
We're still on the air.
Yeah, no, my bad. I got distracted. So yeah. I think Portugal gets included as the more of a spiritual predecessor of Latin America
Okay.
before their influence on Latin America.
Okay.
And I think Portugal's beautiful this time of year.
Well,
so it's a good place to hold a
Portugal's like
strongman game.
the drunk cousin of the Latino culture. I guess they're in. I mean, they are. They're having the damn contest there. Chaps my ass.
Yeah, probably
Well.
paid out the ass.
Go Austin Andrade. Mike Taylor's show's own.
That was one of the dumbest moments we've had in the 4 weeks we've been doing this
okay.
show.
We'll get lower than that at some point. We'll top what we did today. So shout out to Ruben and Jen, the co-owners of Don Juan Mexican Cafe. They're good friends with Austin, and they I think Ruben's going to send me a link today so I can stream the World's Strongest Man contest and see how Austin does.
Oh, yeah, I meant to tell you, Ruben said hi. We were at Don Juan last week.
Oh, very good. Well, he's going to send me a link today so I can see how Austin does. All right, show also brought to you by the San Antonio City Soccer Club. That's right. We now have an official soccer club of Thunderdome. How about this? This is cool. I'm happy about this. They just built 8 new fields up on the north side on, I think it's 1604 Blanco, right off Speck Road. Y'all know where that is. Beautiful, refurbished facility up there. SA City Soccer Club has been around for years, and they've now expanded, and that little patch of grass up there for a while just kind of got neglected. But they've decided to go ahead and build these new fields. They look state-of-the-art from what I've seen online. I need to actually drive up there and take a look at it in person. And we need your help, man. I'm working for these guys. This is another one of my many side hustles now. I need to make a list of all the jobs I have now. I'm now working for the San Antonio City Soccer Club, and my job is to help market them. We're trying to get some sponsors to put your name on one of the new 8 fields. Support youth athletics in this town. This organization's home games are awesome, and they have proven to be very popular all over the city. They draw a significant number of players. Very many families go out there from various locations all over the city. They have over 1,500 players in the club, all ages 4 to 19. It's largely due to the wide range of leagues that they offer that cater to different levels of competition from just local, getting started 4-year-olds all the way up to national platform tournaments. And we have a lot of things we want to offer you in terms of sponsorships. We'll put your name on one of the fields. We can do an entrance sign with your name. You'll get a field banner, get mentioned in all of the social stuff, website links, marketing material. We'll display you in our office. I'll wear the damn T-shirt of your company if you wind up right here on the air, if you wind up helping us take care of these new 8 fields that they purchased up there and built. They're beautiful. Cost about $2 million to finish this whole thing. So we need some sponsors for the San Antonio City Soccer Club. Support youth soccer in this city and support SA City Soccer Club. All right. What else today? Did you boys see the Larry Nassar story? First of all, do y'all know who Larry Nassar is?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Are you familiar with Larry Nassar? Okay. Larry Nassar is the sick son of a bitch that, gosh, how long did he get away with what he got away with?
Decade.
At least.
Plural.
Larry Nassar was the head medical doctor at the Michigan State University Athletics. And then he was so good, so prestigious, and so well-renowned that he wound up working for the United States Women's Olympic Team as their doctor, their physician. And was using that. It's gross to even try to get into some of the details of what that fucking asshole did. Anyway, I only bring him up because I don't think he's going to die, but he's fucked up. Did y'all see what happened to him?
Yes, and
Yes, sir.
I had a feeling eventually we'd get around to the story.
Yes, he
Nothing
has
you love
been
more than vigilante justice.
Love it. It's what we should do with child molesting motherfuckers. We should execute them. And the guy that stabbed his ass probably going to get in trouble for having a shank. Probably going to come up on charges
because it's still murder.
Unjustified
with no trial.
Shit, I might put $1,000 in his commissary.
God,
have a smoke on me, buddy.
The problem is, I know I'm in the minority here. I'm wrong. It's an opinion. I don't enjoy
I think it's
violence and murder without a trial, or like it's just murder. It's the same to me as if I get stabbed on the street.
Nassar was attacked by somebody. He's not been identified. We'll probably never hear the dude's identification.
They don't want to make a hero out of him.
Because guys like me would do that.
Celebrate. Yes, because again, there would be people sending more than $1,000 to his commissary.
Sure. Update from the New York Post. The brutal prison attack on sicko sports doctor Larry. I love the New York papers. The brutal prison attack on sicko sports doctor Larry Nassar was inside of his cell and out of sight of cameras, according to an insider. Child molester who sexually abused hundreds of gymnasts, including leading Olympians, including Houston's own Simone Biles, was stabbed at least 10 times with a makeshift weapon inside his federal prison cell in Florida on Sunday.
Can you just imagine that? And it's not like it's a nice ready for the sizzling buck knife. I mean, it's some kind of janky shank.
That's why he's not
just 10
That's why he's
straight.
not dead.
Oh,
Unfortunately, didn't punch a major artery and kill the son of a bitch.
yeah, unlike the poor surfer who sliced his femoral.
We'll get into
artery.
that this week. I saw that, but it is deemed an. I want to hear more on what happened. But it is deemed an unwitnessed event, according to the New York Post, because it was inside a cell, the main blind spot for cameras inside the high-security lockup, according to the insider. The stabbing was the second time that the 59-year-old pedophile has been attacked since getting sentenced to hundreds of years in prison and 3 different trials for molesting young athletes and possessing child porn. He was assaulted back in May of 2018. I'd forgotten about this, months after his sentencing was finished.
An early one.
He got sent into the general population. He was down in lockup in Tucson, Arizona, and someone beat the shit out of him. And now he's been attacked with a shank.
Don't you think they probably...
Somebody finished the job already.
Don't you think they probably intentionally keep him in Gen Pop instead of giving him any kind of isolation for his own protection because they kind of are hoping this happens? I mean, it feels like...
I don't want to spend more money to isolate the guy, pay for his life the rest of his life. Someone do us a favor and get rid of his ass.
Okay, again, it's murder is murder. It doesn't. That's the exact same thing as...
Don't agree. I don't agree. Murder's murder. That's why we have homicide,
There are no
and negligent
justified
homicide,
murder.
and manslaughter,
There's
and all these kinds
no
of things.
justified murder, whether it's...
Well, the system disagrees. You break into my house and I shoot you in the motherfucking head because my babies
That's
are in
protection.
there.
That's self-defense. That's not
How
murder.
do we know Nassar wasn't trying to stick his finger up this guy's butt?
Well, then we would
Let
have
it play
self-defense. Okay, fine.
Let it play out.
Fine. All right. You have found the loophole where I will agree with you. If it turns out that Nassar had a digit up an ass, then I agree. Yes, the guy was justified to stab him. Good God.
Again, we need to break in this house and get rid of that drop. That even stuns me.
We need a purge already. My grandma texted me yesterday. This is a true story, LG, and I'm gonna guilt trip you, just so you know who's enjoying your fine work over there. My grandma texted me just to tell me that she agrees with me on our Michael Parsons discussion. That there's no way that
no offense to your grandma. I don't want her running I don't want her running the Cowboys.
Well, look, I don't want her running the Cowboys either. That's a whole different story. Okay. I mean. But every time you play that now, I want you to think about my poor grandma listening out in the country in Glen Rose. He's about to fire
every
it
time
off
I play
again.
that, I think of Grandma Becky, actually, because
Okay, well then,
of
Totally
your story about the movie The Exorcist. Because that's from The
yeah.
Exorcist, about
Sure.
how you went and saw it when you were a
Watching
little
it,
kid.
yeah.
And I just, in the last 10 years, finally got over my trauma.
everybody, when you think of just think of your grandma. Good God, just think of your grandma. Think of your
You're
grandma.
only asking for it more. No, this guy Nassar was a bastard. No, no one disagrees with that. He thought he was inscrutable because he had all this power over these girls. He thought, and the guy's got a sickness that hopefully does not run in his family. If I were related to him, I would probably go get a vasectomy.
Man,
Maybe there's something there's something in the egg yolk with that family. That's a family that contaminates the world. You know, that son of a bitch. Okay, I don't want to. Maybe you don't meet whatever murders. Murder's bad, and whoever did that's probably going to get in trouble. But fuck that guy. I hope he rots in a filthy sewer. Nassar. I want him to be in the worst conditions possible.
you talk about the Nassar's family.
Wow.
Like growing up, there was an individual that when we were in high school ended up getting busted for things he had done years before
I want me some glory hole.
involving kids. He was a child molester. He was a pedo. And he got busted. and it was a fairly well-known family in our small-knit town.
Yeah.
And all I could think about from that point forward, I mean, fuck that guy. He's still in prison. He's going to be there for a long time. He'd probably die in there because he was older. But all I could think about was the rest of his family in our little small town. Like, you just got to move. You got to leave. Like, you're never going to recover. You're never going to be viewed in the same way. Even if you had no part of it. You had no idea. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it, to stop it. But you're just always going to be tainted by being related to that piece of shit. And you talk about it, Nassar's family now, that's some, I would imagine that's probably some really, really heavy guilt to live with.
Sure.
Knowing that your relative is one of the most well-known child molesters in U.S. history.
Yeah. Ugh. And doing that story, the way that thing played out, I've tried to block it out of my memory, I guess. A lot of those girls complained and tried to get him in trouble. And how many people's careers have been justifiably ended at Michigan State with USA Olympics?
Mm-hmm. What was the
lots?
The Carollis? Wasn't that
they knew about it?
They knew about it.
The ranch outside of Houston. They knew about it. Yeah, they are they dead? I think he's dead.
I think they're
now.
both. One of them's dead,
and they died in disgrace because they put the Olympics over what Nassar was doing because he was so good at his job and didn't want to rock
they were
the boat.
Just patriots that were serving their country to try to win gold medals.
Yeah, the Carollis from where were they from? Like
Romania,
Romania, some shit. Yeah. We've talked about this before on the old radio show. As a kid, I grew up, wrapped in the flag, jingoistic view of America.
Hell yeah.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. And what's tainted, I'm not saying I'm not proud to be an American, but as far as the Olympics go and supporting the USA in the Olympics, the just rotten to the core, immoral bullshit that the USA Olympics has been involved with in just the last 20 years in other sports. It's just, I don't even give a shit if our teams win gold. I really don't. Not really.
It's also
fine.
It's the Coca-Cola, Reebok, Budweiser Open now too. I mean, it's not
right.
like the Olympics.
I guess I was happy for Pop that the men won the basketball tournament, but I'm such a huge Patty Mills fan, and he was a part of a championship here in San Antonio. I don't give a shit about what Dwayne Wade's doing for USA basketball. I was rooting for Australia because of Patty.
Well, it would mean it's similar. Like when you saw this past Olympic run, a dude like Luka Doncic carrying Slovenia to
that was cool
third place, or I guess they lost the third place game, but to a semifinal. Like that's a country the size of Corpus Christi. And he's carrying them to a semifinal in the Olympics. That means way more than the Redeem team coming back to exactly.
And the bronze medal game between Slovenia and Australia was awesome. Patty had 42.
Yeah, it was great.
They were just going back and forth, and the Boomers won bronze, and I was stoked. Watching Australian basketball.
Australia versus American. Slovenia was more exciting than...
Way more. Way more. All right, show also brought to you by Hank the Realtor.
Hank?
Oh, it's at Vortex Realty. Hank Perez, the official real estate agent of the Mike Taylor Show in Thunderdome. There is really a shortage of homes right now to buy. Right now, because there's such a demand. And this is the time to strike and see what your home might be worth. Because you might get some big old money for it. Call Hank from Vortex Realty for a free market analysis. Find out what your property is worth. Maybe you know somebody, a neighbor, a grandma. Maybe your buddy is selling, and they want to find out what the properties probably could fetch on the market. Have them call Hank. 300-1121. Call Hank.
Hank?
Maybe your parents are getting a little bit older, and you want to find out what your old house you grew up in is worth. Call Hank. Maybe you got some ranch land. Maybe you got a farm out in the hill country. You want to move into the city. Maybe you're getting older and you want to downgrade. Whatever it is. Maybe you want to upgrade. Maybe you're pregnant. Y'all need a bigger place. Call Hank. Text him at 300-1121 for free, and he'll run comps on your property for free. Make sure you tell him that you are Thunderdome. It is the official real estate agent of Thunderdome, Hank Perez. He Lives and works and plays in Bernie, but he serves not just Bernie, but all the way over to New Braunfels and down into San Antonio, Texas. It is our real estate man, Hank Perez. If you need a real estate agent, call Hank.
Come on now, Hank.
Wow. All
Not
right.
to be confused with Hank the Cow Dog.
That is correct. He's Hank Perez. I read Hank the Cow Dog
That's
as
a
a younger
classic.
man. Yeah, read that to my kids, too.
That was a
Loved it.
go-to of the.
I forgot about that.
The parental units on a road trip. Mom reading Hank the Cow Dog while Dad drove.
Kerry Von Erich Foot is in
Oh,
here.
good God! Excited about the Wyatt Langford draft?
No.
No.
He wants to punch the dude that stabbed Larry Nassar.
Okay, because let me. Okay, time out. Go ahead. Go ahead. No. I see right
Big
through
Larry
this.
Nassar defender
No,
over
this is
here.
not-
Team Larry
more
over here.
Defender of not liking justice being carried out at the hands outside of a legal system.
Punch the homeboy who couldn't finish
There
the
it is.
job
There
on
it
Larry
is.
Nassar.
God.
You had one job, Bubba. Next time, aim for the corazon. Go Rangers. God bless Larry Brown, 3-time Super Bowl champion and Triple X MVP. TCU zone. Very good.
I bet Kerry is happy about the Wyatt Langford falling to number 4.
Wyatt Langford. Is that who the Rangers drafted?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm just throwing that out there.
Outfielder from Florida. Catcher turned outfielder.
All right. A guy called Kenneth's in here. Hey, Taylor, I just saw your post yesterday and heard you talking about the new soccer fields. That's right. San Antonio City Soccer Club, the official soccer club of Thunderdome. Where are the fields located? They're on 1604 in Blanco on spec. He says, I'm not interested in sponsoring the fields at this time. However, I have an ultimate Frisbee championship event that I'm hosting.
Oh.
In September, for all of the state of Texas, about 20 teams are coming in, and I'm looking for field space to host the event, and the soccer fields sound like they would be a perfect location. Is there somebody you can put me in touch with? Yes. I'll answer this email off when we get off the air. I'll shoot you my boy Barry's number, the president of the club. Absolutely, man. If we can get a big tournament in there that generates some revenue, we'll take it.
Have you ever watched these dudes that take ultimate Frisbee incredibly serious?
It's fucking cool to watch on TV.
Watching people that are actually really good at it is fun to watch. Like it makes
Are we
it.
talking about Frisbee golf or this Frisbee?
No, this is
like those
ultimate
long
Frisbee.
discs?
This is ultimate, where it's like it's like rugby or football.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
And they're running routes
Okay.
and slinging it deep.
Y'all want to go see this?
It's not bad. It's pretty fun.
Spend a day out there, get
Yeah.
drunk, and watch some Frisbee?
My little brother got huge into it for a while and
Yeah.
actually got on a pretty decent team up in the Metro Sex.
Okay.
And-
oh, seriously? I got a team?
Oh
wow.
yeah, it's
okay.
people take this. It's one of those sports where it's a lot of people. It's like that same kind of crew that are playing 7-on-7 on Sunday afternoons. Like it's that same.
That's still fun.
That's exactly.
Yeah, we should go
It's-
roll on it and shit.
Yeah.
If you all right, Kenneth, I'm gonna reach out to you when the show's over, and if you and Barry do get into a partnership and you wind up having the event in San Antonio, then I'm gonna commit to go at least for a little while on a day. I'm gonna check it out, and maybe we can go get LG to go out there and roll on some stuff. We'll see. Maybe we can get involved and do a little playing. Is it like a regular Frisbee, or is it like tricked up
No,
little
it's,
discs?
It's
that
somewhere in
go
between.
2 miles.
It's not tricked up like the point you're probably imagining, but it's
Yeah.
not just like your generic.
beach Frisbee.
Yeah,
yeah.
In between there.
Okay, cool. All right, what else today? Getting ready for college football. The Longhorn 10 Media Days are today at Jerry
Oh, that's
World.
right. Yeah.
The news around here. And I read all this today, and I felt bad for the Roadrunners wide receiver, Joshua Cephas.
Felt bad.
I do. And I'll
He got more punishment than Councilman Perry.
again, the reason I feel bad is because, I'm not, look, what he did, DUI, twice the legal limit, no bueno.
That's not good.
Not good. But it was last year.
Right.
It's the wheels of justice.
Right.
It sucks. It's another one of these things that these college football players need to take into account, thinking, no one's going to care if I'm out drunk and driving. Yeah, they are, man, if you get busted.
And
Mine, well, maybe mine, but I don't know. Most people's names aren't in the paper if you get a DUI. Yours is, dude.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Because of the way the wheels of justice work, yeah, you're going to get arrested for it in November. But guess what? You're going to get your name all in the papers again the next July because it takes
When
that
it's
long to
finally
actually file
processed.
charges. So he's back in the paper today for something that's damn near a year old. Joshua Cephas, the very good wide receiver for UTSA, has formally been charged with DUI. Sucks that he did that. It sucks, though. His arraignment's not even until August.
That's what I was
This
going to
happened
ask.
in fucking November.
Well, and refresh my memory. He was suspended for the conference championship game.
Yep, he missed the bowl game.
Which one was it? Was it both,
it was
or
the-
was it just? It was just the.
I think it was the bowl game.
It was just the bowl game. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wonder how Coach Traylor handles this moving forward. I mean, is he still suspended from the team currently?
No.
Right.
Now, he's hurt. He tweaked a knee.
Sure.
But he's not suspended. No, they've
He's
already
back-
punished him.
right.
Yeah, they suspended him indefinitely. He missed the bowl game. Sucked. But no, I'm not condoning any of that shit, That's not good. It's not good at all. It's a massive red flag, and it makes me worry about him doing stupid shit again while he's at UTSA. But it sucks that it's back in the news here the following year, and it takes 9 months to even do this because you play for UTSA. The papers put your freaking name and picture right back in the paper.
Well, and
like
again,
if it happened yesterday.
These are the type of problems that, yes, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he did it to begin with. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate.
Punch Joshua
that
Cephas. Shouldn't have been involved. Shouldn't have been doing this shit.
I'm punching it. It's unfortunate that the justice system moves at a snail's pace, and now he's having to go through it again.
Yep.
But these are the type of problems you look forward to having as a program, because now you are on the front page of the local newspaper because your program is that important to the community. If a UTSA wide receiver had been driving drunk twice over the legal limit 6 years ago, would it be getting as much Express News coverage as it is with Josh Cephas?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
And I think the answer is it wouldn't, because we probably saw that and we just didn't know because it didn't hit the front page.
Yeah, okay, it's
there were kids
symbolic.
getting in trouble 6 years ago, but now we're getting it as it's a massive story that the paper is promoting on social media on multiple different.
And then it's hot. It's clickbait.
Yeah.
But again, it's not. It's I don't know if it's symbolic. It just goes to show, in a weird way, like you said, it shows the program's on the map.
Shows the importance of it
And
now
don't
locally.
fucking drink and drive, man.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's a lose-lose PR-wise. They handle it. They handled it probably how I would have. A college football program doesn't abide by how slowly the wheels of justice turn. If anything, if you're like Josh's lawyer, you can say, y'all punished him last year before he was even charged. I could see where, like in the NFL, remember, Zeke didn't get suspended until a year and a half later, which was
until
bullshit.
after charges were dropped against
And
Zeke.
even after they got dropped. I mean,
Right.
that's so
That's
arbitrary how these ball players get punished for doing dumb shit. And Zeke didn't even do anything.
Well, and I think
Not that it was illegal.
that's different in a sense, though, because Zeke is a true employee of a business. Cephas is still a student athlete being punished by a university.
Yeah,
as insane as that still sounds
and
to
it sucks
say.
for Cephas. He knows he's back in the news again. UTSA chose to ameliorate the situation by immediately suspending him without even hearing. Clearly, the kid did it. He wrecked his car. He got hurt. He didn't go to the hospital, but because he refused treatment. But he was hammered. Just so happens he's a wiener hitter on the field.
quite a
Kind
big
of
one.
need him this year.
Especially with the loss of Zakari. Like, we really need you there.
Let's go ahead and suspend him now because I'm going to
Get
need him
it
next
on.
year in the new conference.
By week 6. Let's get this non-conference schedule
it's
out of
not
the way.
Jeff Traylor's problem that it takes 9 fucking months to arraign a guy for DUI in our backed up system. So good on. I have no problem with UTSA and how they handle it.
Speaking of college football teams and driving issues, have you seen what's happening at Georgia lately?
Yeah, they like to go 90 and 45 mile an hour limits.
And like half the starting unit, like it's half a dozen
yeah,
dudes now
including the
that
one
have
guy,
been-
that was racing his buddy and guy got killed.
Exactly, yeah. while one player was in court facing arraignment for driving 90 in a 45.
Yeah.
At the same time, simultaneously, another Georgia player busted going 88 in a 55.
Muchas gracias, Mr. Luna. He's a new member. Orale, Melesio Luna. What did they all like? Did he go let them watch all those damn Vin Diesel
That's what I'm saying.
movies or something?
Are they watching Fast and Furious in the locker room for motivation? This is a family.
Well, and that just shows that you're incorrigible when you literally have a teammate who is involved in a street race that results in a death, and you keep
not phased whatsoever.
I'm a Georgia dog.
See, I don't know how
good luck.
I don't know how you coach that out of some. Like it seems
I
like
know. What do you do?
if that's not going to be a wake up call, yeah, you're just gonna have to put up with it or move on.
Yeah, those bulldogs run fast.
Especially when
Just trying to make a dad joke.
I see it.
Yeah, put 55 up on the frogs in the natty. Yeah.
Especially when a giant horned bovine is charging at them. If you remember.
Oh, what's up, Hank? And his partner, Brad, the mortgage guy. Hank wants us to know that he and Brad have struck up a friendship, and they got a deal together.
Very nice.
So my mortgage guy and my real estate guy are like, wait, they're like the two Spider-Man memes.
Just pointing.
Wait a minute. You the real estate guy? Yeah. Are you the mortgage guy?
Wait, are you
Hank?
Hank? You Brad?
You Brad? What's up? So now they're going to try to get business for each other.
Cross-pollination.
Pretty
Love
bad.
it.
I love it. Hardwick Mortgage, bitches, the official mortgage company of this show. My guy, Brad Hardwick. If you need something, anything that a mortgage man does, all kinds of stuff, and he wants to, like, let's go get a mortgage guy, because we might want to sell a house, we might want to buy one. You need to make sure that you can qualify, and go to my man Brad, see what you can qualify for in terms of a mortgage, and he'll take care of you. And if you need a real estate man, he's going to recommend Hank to you. And by the way, if you wind up calling Hank because you're looking into selling a place or buying one, and then you're going to need a mortgage company, the official mortgage company of Thunderdome. It is Hardwick Mortgage. At hardwickmortgage.com, the information is presented for informational purposes. This is not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Information and/or dates are subject to change without notice. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. As a result of refinancing, your total finance charges may be higher over the life of the loan. Visit hardwickmortgage.com for info. It's Hardwick Financial Services, NMLS, ID 1972012. All right, so it's the official mortgage man of Thunderdome. Hardwick Mortgage at hardwickmortgage.com. It is hardwickmortgage.com. Chris Gonzo, 1985. Punch LG for hating on QR codes or paperless menus.
Oh.
I'm with LG on this. I'm fine with the QR code, but I would like the option of the hard copy menu. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, just give me the option.
I want the option.
Bring
I'm with
them both to the table.
I support
At least
LG.
bring one
Embrace
to the table. One
Embrace
menu
the
at least.
future and save the forest.
Nah.
We don't need that much paper.
Now we're good. Tanklin 13. Punch whoever in baseball took away the players wearing jerseys.
There it
You're
is.
blaming the commission.
It's got to be. I mean, everything stops at his desk, right?
I suppose. Although Theo's got a lot of power these days. Theo may be the next commissioner.
He should be. Like
Probably
that would be the
should.
greatest thing for baseball in my lifetime,
Yeah,
probably.
probably so. David's in here. Punch Puma for his regular whining, crying ass self over his support of QR codes versus wasting paper.
Yeah, I don't
Sincerely, the blue hair who demands hard
Okay,
copies.
there. Yeah, fuck your blue hairs.
If I don't get a hard copy, I'm leaving.
I'm just leaving. I've been coming here for 40 years. You're not going to tell me I got to use some goddamn QR code now.
You just make me take the Lord's name in vain. That's on you.
I've ordered the same dish at this place for 40 fucking years, but I still need my paper menu.
Cussing and cussing and cussing. All right, that's it. Tomorrow we're going to talk serial killers.
Oh, fun. So it was child molesters today and serial killers tomorrow.
We'll get them all in
What
this
an
week.
uplifting. When does Nina leave?
She's gone.
Okay, so that's why you're surly. I was waiting till the end.
Am I surly?
You're a little surly.
I'm sorry.
You're a little surly.
Yeah, it's tough.
I can see it. I can see it. That's why I was trying to keep the energy up
Thank
today.
you. Yeah, I haven't shaved.
I'm also hungover as hell and might still be a little.
You are? Oh, jeez.
It was traveling pants night at my house last night. There were 6 women in the house all drinking wine, and
Oh, my
So
God.
I
Just come over.
had to drink a lot of wine and watch the All-Star game.
That happens again. Just come
Explain the
over.
new baseball rules
sitting
to
there doing
a
nothing.
future blue hair.
My daughter works late now, so I'm just me and the dogs.
Well, I will now.
All right, cool. Yeah, Nina's sitting. Shout out, baby. She's watching from LAX in California, getting ready to hop on a plane for Tokyo. All right, that's it. We're done. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to our partners and our subscribers and members and Thunderdomers everywhere. Muchas gracias to DJ LG and Puma. We'll see you boys mañana. Love you hard. I've got a lot better at this YouTubing.
Oh, come back, you puppy!
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
This is a Bronx bound